Dr. Martin Luther King Day, whether Juneteenth should be a holiday. I don't really like that because they're not the ones who are being subjected to the bullshit that we're being subjected to down here in the poverty level of people. So I don't really like when celebrities get up and sort of talk like that because they're not the ones that is screaming. Like when they get up there and they say, "Well, America isn't a racist country," then you're like, "Yeah, maybe you don't see that you are experiencing racism because you have so much money, but us who don't have the money, we're down here being oppressed." So besides that, then I don't necessarily have I have a huge issue with them trying to erase Black History Month. I feel like back in the day, maybe like a few years ago, they used to make that argument where we don't have a Jewish holiday. Oh, there isn't a Mexican holiday. There isn't a Latino holiday. I think back in the day they used to be able to make that argument, but you can't now because a lot of these different ethnicities, they have their own months now. They just choose not to make it a big deal like Black people have because of course originally it was our thing. And I think that it's important for us to consider Black history to be a part of to be a part of American history. It needs to be considered that, but we know that that's not what logistically happens. They don't include our history when they're teaching American history. We have a small portion in the history books that are given to us, and then we move on to World War II. So I think it's important that we celebrate that, we keep that tradition going, because we had ancestors who were fighting for this stuff. So I feel like as much as they were fighting for, we should hold on to it as much as possible. It's free, y'all. All we do, look, it's not like we're asking you guys to sacrifice anything. All you guys do is post stuff on the internet about Black history. You guys really don't do anything, but it's small organizations that do stuff. But we're not making substantial changes in our community during Black history. So let's not, throw it away. We're not doing anything seriously. So the other thing is that I don't have a problem with identifying as a Black American because that just locates me in the realm of Black people around the world, right? That's the ethnicity of us. That's how they recognize us in the ethnicity of the world. So I don't have a problem saying that I'm a Black American because when I'm talking to somebody maybe from Ghana or South Africa or something like that, they understand that I'm African. I understand that I'm African. We're just trying to figure out what ethnicity, what part of the world are you from? Because obviously I'm not from the continent. So as it relates to identifying yourself as an American, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, to me, that is the simpler way of doing it. Now, we are talking about if we're going to do a deep dive into what we should be identifying as, maybe that isn't the right one that I probably would agree with after we dig down into history. But on a surface level, when you're talking to someone outside the continent, you're a Black American. That's how they're going to identify you. You're a Black U.S. citizen. They maybe be even more confused if you say that.
That's true. That's true. And Jamie made that point earlier, so I'm gonna give Jamie some credit. Keep going, Solo. He did make that same point you making now.
So yeah,
Go ahead.
so on the surface level, I'm gonna identify that just so they know where I'm from. But we do a deep dive. Maybe we're not Black Americans, right? Because we know we ain't come from here. So, um, we should keep throwing it in their face. We should keep reminding them. But I don't. They're reminded every day when they walk outside and they see us. They're reminded that they can't deport us because I'm probably one of the a descendant of the people who they enslaved. And I think more and more they're bringing in more different types of people that I'm learning more when I move outside of the South. That is different type of Black people. Not all of us are Black Americans. There are Black immigrants who are here that we're learning that are a big population. So you just can't assume now that all the Black people you see in America are Black Americans.
Can I say why I believe that Black History Month is important?
Yeah.
I think it's really important to me, and it should be important to everyone else, that a lot of our Black activists and politicians did so much for humanity. They contributed so much to humanity, even their lives. So I feel like they should be commemorated for that, because I would want to be commemorated if I sacrificed my life. You know what I mean? And it's important because even though they try to oppress us, it show how resilient we are as a race, as a nationality, that we overcame that. And the people that stood out there in the front of the line, I believe that they should be revered. They should be honored. They should have, a month for themselves. And that's my reason.
I
Because it's
do have
not easy.
I do have a not this. I don't know if I want to say a rebuttal, but I do have something I want to put on the table for because I know how certain people's mindsets are. So I want to say that, but first I want to give Talia a chance to speak on what her opinion is on this.
I don't agree that not talking to go away. Missed what Taj said though. What was that about the Italian name?
American, thanks for asking that, Talia. American is named after an Italian explorer named Amerigo Vespucci. I would really appreciate it if somebody in the comment section looked that up real quick just to confirm it. So my question to the English Empire, when I say the English Empire, I'm talking about the United Kingdom of Great Britain, who sent 13 colonies to this land. Why did y'all choose an Italian name? I'm pretty much challenging the whole white society with this question. Why did y'all choose an Italian name to go after United States of? It could have been United States of an English name, is the point I'm making. So thanks for asking that again. When y'all do the research on that, you're gonna see the guy, they're gonna show a picture and everything. And it's an Italian explorer, exploring through the oceans. He landed here before the United States was even created. So when the United States came around in 1776, because it was the British Empire from 1619 to 1775 when the American Revolutionary took place. So that's always made me curious, just in case there's any white people in the comment section, give us your best shot on that. Why did y'all choose an Italian? Because the Italians wasn't among the original settlers. The white guys who came here, they were Anglo-Saxon, white Christian people. So why did they honor an Italian on the United States of America name?
Well, I did a quick Google search on it. You want to see what it says?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can y'all see it clearly or need to be zoned in?
Zoom, man, if you can. I see the blue line, but can't read the words. These 40-year-old eyes ain't as sharp as they used to be.
Okay, give me a second. Is that better?
Can anybody read it?
I can read it for you.
Okay. I still can't really make the words out. That's just me.
America is named after the Italian explorer, basically the guy you was talking about, Amerigo. His last name you can tell. Vespucci. What the fuck is his name?
Vespucci, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Vespucci.
So there you go, Talia. That's the proof. Go ahead, Jane.
Who explored the coast of South America between 1499 and 1504. German cartographer Martin, another ugly ass name.
But there's the proof.
What the fuck is that? First place name on a 1507 world map.
1507. That's way before the United States. Carry on, Jamie.
Right. Feminizing Vespucci, whatever his name, first name, to Latinize it, similar to Europe and Asia. So I mean, he came to, I'm guessing, came to South America and then planted his flag, and then they called this whole area America. And then, once the United States was, established, they called it the United States of America.
Oh, thanks, James. So they honored him already discovering the continent and named South America, Central America, and North America after him, correct?
That's what it seemed like, yeah.
All right. And the United, so that you helping me out right now. So when the United States formed their sovereign nation in 1776, they said, hey, let's honor the guy who discovered this continent first. That makes sense?
Yeah, that's what I guess that's how I would get it.